Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today I'm going to tell you 10 ways to control portions. Now, I have researched all this information. Um, Definitely got a lot of advice and um, tips from the experts. So I have written some stuff down on my computer that I'll be reading to you as well and explaining. It's really simple, so I'll go through it right now real quick. Um, well, top number one way to do it is to break leftovers down. Um, Usually, whenever you're done eating and you have a whole bunch of leftovers, the best thing to do is to actually break it down and put it into smaller containers. Um, portion size containers. So whenever you feel hungry, you just take out one of those containers, pop it in the microwave, heat it up, and you don't have to worry about overeating or, consuming more than what it is. It's pretty much there for you. The worst thing you could do is put it all together in a container and try to eyeball your portion, because chances are you're going to put more on your plate than what you should really be eating. Um, the second way to control your portions is to say yes to salads. Um, when you go out to eat, let's say to a restaurant, and they offer you, they ask you if you want a salad, say yes, go for it. Eat a salad or a soup before you actually eat your main meal. That way, you can fill yourself up, and while you're eating your salad, take sips of water, and this will help you fill up a little bit before you consume your main dish. And it's a really good idea. Um, Number three, single out trigger foods. Now, the best thing to do is to buy snack size foods in single serving packages. Or if you decide to buy like the big packages, as soon as you get home, open that up and divide them in little bags, little sandwich bags or little containers, because chances are when you sit there and you're watching TV and you're distracted, whatever you're eating, whether it's popcorn, a bag of chips, nuts, anything that you might be eating, you will overeat because it's going to taste good and you are distracted. So, yeah, do that. Number four, master mini meal. Um, Try to eat, small controlled portions. Um, start early in the day. Let's say you start at 9 o'clock in the morning. Have your breakfast, and 2 hours later, snack on an apple, and then 2 hours after that, snack on another fruit, another vegetable, whatever you want to snack on. But the more you snack, the less you'll eat on your main meal. So that is something really important to keep in mind. Um, and you will notice a huge difference. So that's an easy way to not starve yourself and feel deprived throughout the day. Number five, keep seconds out of sight. Um, keep the pots and the dishes out of the table. Let's say you have family over, friends over, or it's just you and your spouse or your family at home. The old way where you actually put your pots in the middle of the table and everyone could just scoop their food on the plate and pretty much go on like that. So instead of doing that, how about like you leave everything in the kitchen and you serve everyone's plate, everyone can sit down and eat their food. That way you're not tempted to actually go for another plate. It's just tempting. If it's in front of your face, you're going to want to eat it. I know I would want to eat it. So I try to distract myself and push myself back to not trigger myself and put myself in that situation. Um, Number six is make meat a side dish. Treat meat or meat-based entrees as a side dish rather than the main part of your meal. That way you get more veggies in, you get more fruits, more protein, whatever you're going to have with your meat. Make that meat your side dish. You really don't need that much meat. You need about 3 to 4 ounces of meat with your meal. And a big lump of vegetables is really going to cut down those calories, and it's going to increase your the nutrients that you're actually putting into your body. Number 7 is meet yourself halfway. Okay? Um, let's say if you're gonna pick up something from the restaurant, or you have a takeout, or you're gonna order something. Why don't you split it in the middle and share it with a friend, or save it for later. That's the best thing to do. Just set it aside. Sometimes, let's say if you have a craving for something and you're actually going to treat yourself. So like, let's say a piece of cake, or you decide that, hey, today I'm gonna go and have those cheese sticks that I've always wanted. Don't eat the whole thing. Go with a friend and enjoy those cheese sticks. So split them. The less calories, the better. Besides, you don't eat the whole thing to satisfy your needs. All right. So that's a great way to check your portion size and keep it on track. Be a kid at heart. Like, whenever you go to a restaurant and you want to eat something, and once again you're treating yourself, or you just gotta have it, order from the kids meal. Order from the kids meal. Why? Because it is automatically portion size. It's a lot smaller than the regular size. Everything else is larger than what it needs to be nowadays. You know, what a small is what a medium used to be like back in the day. So why add all these extra calories? Either way, once you're eating this slowly and you're actually taking your time to consume your food and enjoy it and just indulge in the moment, everything will be perfect. As soon as you're done with your meal, you will notice how full you are, how much you enjoyed it, and not only that, but you're not gonna feel as guilty. Trust me. Number 9, serving standards. Learn how to eyeball standard portion sizes and stick to them when doing, when like dining out or dishing up meals. You know, keep these tips in mind. 3 ounces of meat is the size of a deck of cards or an audio tape. 1 ounce of meat is the size of a matchbook. 1 cup of potatoes, rice, or pasta looks like a tennis ball. So, once you get used to actually eyeballing things, eating in portions are going to become a lot easier. And number 10, treat yourself. And last but not least, indulge. Treating yourself once in a while to a forbidden food will keep you from feeling deprived. A sense of, deprivation can easily lead to overeating. So stop a binge before it even happens, before it even starts. So, remember to treat yourself, and that goes back to the portions, like I mentioned earlier. Small amounts, kids' meals, eyeballing it, a salad before you start eating. Keep all this in mind, and I'm sure I'll help you out. So, yeah, that's it. Good luck.